it, but if you didn't miss it, you saw a good one. Just getting everything set up. So if you're wondering why we're not on the members today, it's because today is it's supposed to be a heavy day, but we are gonna make it a recovery workout today. We're pushing the limits recently, so it's definitely smarter right now to turn this into a recovery workout. Let's see, Carolyn, what's up? What's up? Says, yes, friends, Mega Gains. Then she says, hi, friends. If you get messaged by me, just know if you haven't yet, please sub so you don't miss one of Nick's great live streams or watch them later. Get them gains. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Carolyn. She says, let's go, Nick. Hashtag recovery. Recovery gains. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm just about to check the audio. You guys can hear me, right? Let's see. Oh, yep, we got audio. We got audio. Double check with the tablet. Sup, dog? What's up? Josh, what's up, man? It says hello. All right. Let's speak up a little bit. I got the music far away. That's about as far away as I can put it. So, this is going to be a recovery workout. Just getting things set up. So if you guys got any questions, definitely feel free. I'll be able to answer them during the breaks. So let's see, Carolyn says, yo bros, if you're here, you know, or Cam Dennett. I wanted to ask if you're planning on going to Tournament 3 in Connecticut this summer. That's a great question, Carolyn. That's a great question. I mean, if they were smart, brave, and, a little bit crazy, they definitely would be there. But what am I saying? Of course they're going to be there. It's the Turtle Man 3. Of course they're going to be there. But we are getting closer to having a date, everything locked in. So once we have everything locked in, literally as soon as it is, I'm going to go live and tell the people, at least make a post. But as soon as I know the date and the times, I will let you guys know, because I know people are planning on getting hotels and stuff like that. People are coming from all over the country, all over the world maybe. I think it's getting to that level. Sup, dog? What's up, man? He says, if you're doing a post-lift live today, I'll hop on. Yeah, man, we could definitely do that. Well, let me see. I don't think, it's a little snowy. Usually people tend to not want to drive in the snow. I got to double check the schedule. But I think all my clients were already this morning. I think they're all, so I think we should have time. If Josh is around, we'll do Josh, if you're still listening, if you're around, we could do the StreamYard today. If Josh is busy, I could definitely have you on as a guest. With YouTube by itself, I'm allowed one person. But with the StreamYard, we're allowed up to 6. So, Josh, myself, Sup Dog, so we could have 3 other friends talking about arm wrestling. Kevin says, Sup Dog, that's what's up. I agree. This is definitely probably the most laid back I've been on a Sunday for training in a long time. That just shows how hard yesterday's training was. And the last 2 months, at least a month. Very tender, if you're wondering. Let's see, what I leave off. Let's see. Oh, hold on, I'm way behind, guys. Give me a second. Josh says I can set up a StreamYard. Not a problem. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what makes him that camera guy 98. So that being said, if you haven't already, give him a subscribe, because the road to 1,000 has already started. Plus, you might even see me on a couple videos. You just might. Arm wrestling, of course. Let's see. Carolyn says, yes, Nick, bravery and crazy. Absolutely. That's what we need at the Turtle Man 3, a whole bunch of it. Let's see. Carolyn says, that's wonderful, Nick. Then we could put in for time off. LOL. Yeah, that'd definitely help out, right? You don't definitely, don't want to be getting in trouble at work. You could try to, as Josh likes to say, you could try to, what's it called? Gaslit. You could try to gaslight someone, try to gaslight your boss. Like, oh, what do you mean? We talked about this 6 months ago. Oh, I missed something. Kaylin says hashtag Monroe. And then she says, well, no, Subduck says lovely young lady, eh? Hashtag Monroe. And then Carolyn says, sup dog, amen. She sure is. I got big hopes for her. Absolutely. I'm excited. Carolyn says, hey, you're welcome, Chris Wacko Wacko. I think friends, if you have the chance to send Nick link via messenger, it got well received just now by a few people. Let's circulate the YouTube. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm missing. I didn't put it on live messages. That's why. That's why. I will check the rest of the comments in a second. Let's see. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I did. I had my gloves on, so hopefully I didn't block anybody by accident. Let's see. Sup Dog says, I wish YouTube would give me my troll name back. I almost forgot about it, Sup Dog. I mean, I forgot exactly. It was Sylvester Stallone, or so. It was what was it originally? I know it was something with Sylvester Stallone, but I don't remember the exact wording. Sylvester Stallone. That's what Kaylin says. Sup Dog says, I know, way better than Sup Dog. I like Sup Dog. I like both of them, but Josh, you know where Josh's vote goes. You just change it back, Sup Dog. Sup Dog says he tried. Sailor, what's up? What's up? Sup Dog says I believe it's an IQ issue. Oh well. Could be. Josh says we have the streamer today. I'm being friend, well. Kaylin says I was so impressed by Sailor's 30-pound seal rows last Sunday. She is stronger than me now, and I have 50-pound weight advantage on her. LOL. You guys' training is world class, and I can't believe it. We get a bird's eye view via hashtag members only on STONEtv. Absolutely. I'm impressed as well. She's been training extremely hard. And now it's perfect timing because now she earned the rest. She's got the rest. She's got a big match coming up. But thank you very much, Carolyn. Carolyn says, Sailor, you were amazing on Two Guys, One Cup. I didn't see it yet, but I gotta go back and watch it. Sup Dogs at Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, now I remember. Sailor says, thanks, it was fun. I actually like James now. That is funny. And then she said, I used to find him a little annoying, but he was fun last night. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of people's experience with JRM, also known as James Road Mason. But yeah, he's got a good sense of humor. And then Sailor says, oh, thanks, Nick. Absolutely, absolutely. Kaylin says, Sailor for sure. He appreciates all the right stuff. And good people. I think he's the new Devil Lorette, new generation. He could be. He could be. He's gotta get a little bit taller, I think, first. That's the only thing he's missing. He's just missing a little bit of height. So let's see. Carolyn says, Nick, I got back too late last night. What was the word of the day from the High Chief? That's a great question, but unfortunately, I cannot say that word on YouTube because we will get demonetized. So that being said, I'm gonna have to let you guys guess on that one. But it was a good one. It was a good one. Josh says, oh well. Yeah, that was a good one. Carolyn says, lucky hashtag JRM is so good for the sport, bringing fun and interest. Absolutely. Sailor says, there was a word. I was there and I missed it. That's because you're too busy training. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a great question, Carolyn. She says, morning, 9 friends. Who is going to Turtle Man 3? That is a great question. Who is going to Turtle Man 3? I know I am. I know the Joneses will be there. Who else? Josh will probably be there. Maybe Supdog. I know Supdog, he might have the farthest trip. Fun fact, you missed it, but I was gonna say a fun fact about that, but I'll wait till I post Lift Live. So Lucky says, when is it? So we don't have. We will know very soon on the exact time. We're still working on the final details. It will be summertime, springtime. But very, very soon we will have information, times, dates, parking and stuff like that, all that good stuff. But I tell you what, Lucky, and I don't know if you heard about last year, but the women's class was absolutely stacked. There was I want to say at least 2 hours of just ladies arm wrestling. At least 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours of just nonstop, the ladies going back and forth. Kalen says, I hope Supdog is coming. I hope so too. We'll definitely see. Putan, what's up, man? He says recovery. Absolutely. Yeah, we're doing a little recovery. Taking long breaks today. But that's definitely needed because yesterday was absolutely brutal. So this is going to be a laid-back recovery workout. Sailor says, was that a word of the day? There was a lot of size talk yesterday. That better not be a fat joke. That better not be a fat joke. That is funny. Putan says, Macho Man is silent. Well, it's just because you haven't been to the state of Pennsylvania. Macho Man, two things. He's alive. You might have thought he died in the 90s, but nope, he's alive. He's in Pennsylvania cutting hair. I personally know Macho Man. Good guy. Good guy. Sailor says, hi, Chief. Bullied Nick. Yeah, he definitely put the bully strap on. Definitely true. Carolyn says, Macho Man is looking jacked. I haven't seen him in a little bit, but I know he's been training hard, so I bet he's looking absolutely jacked. Lucky says, I can't handle the anticipation. Also, is Sailor and I super matching there? Question mark. I'll send you my show up feed. That's a great question. We're going to have to talk to Sailor's manager, her managing team. But that could be an awesome match. Nope. Speaking of that, Sailor says it might be. Sailor says, ha ha ha, it better be lucky. That is true. Kalen says, oh damn, the bully strap. Yeah, it wasn't messing around. Ah, very cool. Sailor's manager. She's very, very quick with the responses. She says, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So let's see. Bhutan says, I'm doing creatine loading for a week. 10 to 50 grams daily. Should I do it? Well, that's gonna have to be, whether yes or no, that's up to you ultimately. But, creatine is usually, it's the most studied supplement on the market. You know, I would say if you're not eating a whole bunch, if you're not eating red meat and stuff like that, I would say it might be worth it, you know. But me personally, I prefer like not to do creatine loading. When I do take creatine, it's usually a steady amount. If that makes sense. But so like five grams a day, something like that, is probably good. Maybe on really heavy days, maybe bump it up a little bit. Oh, Carolyn, she says, Sailor, I don't know. After you smash Lydia, you'd be #1 on the Neil rankings. Might need a fee, lol. That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. Oh, very true, very true. Sailor says, remember, Nick, we are competing for the right to the color purple. Stakes are high. The stakes are already high. Sailor says, oh shit, Carolyn, you're right. I want a purple shirt with my name on it. That's what I'm talking about. see, Carolyn says, next time Nick goes live, can we all share to get people via Messenger who needs to see may not get the notifications? Oh, thank you very much, Carolyn. I definitely appreciate that, sharing all the videos. But yeah, I know what you mean. YouTube has not been letting people know, even the people that want to know, to hit the bell button, that when we go live, it doesn't let people know. Sailor agrees. She says, great idea, Carolyn. Absolutely. Carolyn says the New England Dark Horse. And if you're wondering who that is, you're about to find out. February 7th. Putan says, where's that camera guy? He's in here. He's in the chats. He's in the chat. So if you got any questions, you let him know. Sailor likes the sound of that name. That's a good one. Carolyn says, amen, sis. Ain't no one flops their hair like you and goes savage on the table. Hashtag Labyrinth, where the gains are made. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sailor agrees. Ryan, what's up, man? So what kind of work you hitting today, brother? So today is just a recovery workout. It's actually a pretty laid back recovery workout. Usually Sundays we do heavy pronation, side pressure, back pressure. But today I decided it was better just to go, just get some extra rest. We've been pushing it extremely hard the last, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that, maybe even longer. Plus yesterday's training on the table at the dungeon was absolutely brutal. So we're just gonna do a little recovery workout. We're doing do some lat pull downs, focus on the negative. We're doing some pronation, some light pronation with some side pressure, also supination with some side pressure. I've been doing some body weight stuff off camera, just to move the legs around, move the hips around. We had a really good pre-lift live today, but what that means is we had to, it was over 2 hours, but just, a lot of sitting, so just gotta move some blood around. But I got a question for you guys. What are you guys hitting today? What are you guys working out today? Sup dog says, yep, more stationary bike for me. Getting that cardio in. Ryan says, nice. Rest is best after some hardcore. Receive the gains. Absolutely, absolutely. I agree. Lucky says, arms for me, since no cardio because of the storm. I'll take that as a win. That's a good thing right there. Arms, it's always a nice thing to train. So Carolyn says, dear friends, I see the dungeon arm wrestling practice from yesterday is still up. Members only. STONEtv will be working the corn cob while watching that. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Carolyn. Getting those gains. That's what I'm talking about. And she says, and the dumbbells. That is what I'm talking about. Sup Dogs, that second day, I'm at 260. That's all right. That's all right. Weight loss is always very interesting. You know what? I always tell the people I work with, they're trying to lose weight. It may sound silly, but it will definitely help long term. Unless you really need to, I would say weigh yourself like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe even once a month, but the scale plays tricks on you, But yeah, I definitely know you're putting in the work, Sup Dogs. That's what I'm talking about. Brian says, recovery for me, some band work and push-ups. That's what I'm talking about. Except says, oh, I'll do arms. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a nice arm workout. Carolyn agrees. And Sup Dog says, need to be 230-ish, I think. And Sup Dog says, I'm down 13 in 3 weeks. So that's good weight loss. That's good weight loss. I don't know if you have a time, if you have like a time restraint, like if you're trying to make a certain tournament or not. But I would say, keep up the good work, but also, remember to take your time with it. Because if you take your time with the weight loss, the more of the weight you lose will be more likely to be body fat instead of muscle and, whatnot. Tip Dog says, want to be consistent. Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. I agree. Kaylin says, the Sup Dog, that is amazing. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely putting in the work. Oscar, what's up, man? Just doing a little recovery workout. I got the tablet over here, so if you got any questions, I can see what you guys type. Galen says, who's everyone's top 5 they want to see on the Natty Bros April armed conflict? Question mark. That's a good question. I wonder who's everyone's favorite, or who's everyone's top 5 they want to see. Sub Dog says, guy by the name of Hugh. I don't even know how to say that last name. Kind of looks like he's setting me up for something. So let's call him Hugh. This is Rex House in Central Alberta, but it's relatively unknown on a bigger stage. We'll have to check this guy out. Lucky says Maddie and Lydia are pulling there, right? Carolyn? Carolyn says it's tough because I don't know most of the people on the Natty Bros event of 16 or so suit matches, but even there, talking to the athletes, they are all stars to me. But I can name them all. Now I can name them all. I think that's what she meant to say. Kaylin says, my favorite LOL plus women's super matches. And then she says, lucky, yes, I think so. Oh, and the Subbox says, Nut Brown legit. That's interesting. That's an interesting name. I wonder what nationality that last name is from. That is funny. I bet he must have heard a lot of good jokes growing up. Probably even at practice, too. So let's see. Kaylin's gonna look him up, and she says, I know in Alberta, I love so many pullers there, and your ref super heavyweight with long salt pepper hair. They're so amazing there. Subdog says he refed my match at the qualifier. That's awesome. It's always nice to have good refs. So let's see. Kaylin says, Nick, who do you have in mind to ref at Tournament 3 and Dungeon Super Series? Or is it too early to share that yet? Well, I don't have anybody locked in as a referee. But I'll tell you, the Chief will probably be one of the referees at Tournament 3. My plan is to have enough referees where I don't have to referee and I can focus on, you know, more of the event stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can tell you for names right now. I bet the Chief will definitely ref. Probably Assassin might ref when he's not pulling. Same thing with the Chief. Kaylin says, I still love the third ref approach. It is mega gains. Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely have 3 refs at least. Carolyn says, Nick, that's awesome. I've wondered about Chief. Then you don't need to do the third ref. Great call. I appreciate that, Carolyn. But guys, I'm going to do one more set. So if you got any final questions, or if you got any final topics, even if we miss them, remember them. We're going to do a post-lift live. I'm not sure exactly what time. I got to double check with some stuff real quick. Talk to Josh. I know Supdog wants to hop on, so it's gonna be a cool one. If you guys want to see the face of Supdog, some people know him as Supdog, some people know him as Sylvester Stallone. Today's the day. And Carolyn says, Assassin, mega gains. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, all right, guys. Let's see if we missed anything real quick. For some reason, phone's not working. Just like yesterday, we had a little problem. Very interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's too cold or something. That is interesting. Well, let's see. I can check the comments over here. Kaylin says, post-lift live, dang. Supdog, hashtag Alberta. Edition, absolutely. Absolutely. Kaylin says, Supdog, that's awesome because you've been there since Uncle John's days. Ah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Look, guys, let's see if I hit the exit button. Oh, there it is. I want to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got your games in. We'll be back later on for a post-lift live. Just not sure what time yet, but keep your eyes and ears open. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.